Good morning, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I come live every Tuesday or give you a video showing you some fun stamping projects, and today is no different. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona. And today I have a fun project. Good morning, Sandy. I have a fun project using a different technique that I haven't done live, but maybe some of you have done it. And if you haven't, it's a must do. Good morning, Teresa. Thanks for popping in. It's heat embossing, and I'm using Stampin' Up's background stamp, the candy canes. I've been kind of crazy with that candy canes background stamp. Good morning, Jane. Thanks for popping in. And Deb, this is the whole big background stamp, and I've had a lot of fun seeing all the different things I can create with it. And so today I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing and show you what I've come up with for that. So let me get started, and I'll point you down to my workspace, and we'll show you what I've come up with. When Stampin' Up! Has a lot, we have like silver, gold, copper embossing, white, and clear, and black. So when I get my embossing stuff out, I just emboss everything in sight. And so that's what I've been doing, embossing everything in sight. I've got the gold, the silver, the white, the clear. So the Stampin' Up's Candy Canes background stamp can be found on page 35 of the July through December mini catalog. It's $17, and if you've already done your Christmas cards, no worries. You could get it and have it ready for next year, because I think you'll like some of the cards I'm going to show you. And I've also in other posts shown a bunch of other samples, and you can find that at KimPlaysWithPaper.com. So for this, I stuck to the silver and the white embossing white embossing powder. So here is an example, good morning, Wendy, of the silver heat embossing on Very Vanilla with a piece of silver foil underneath. I'm the Sending You Peppermint Kisses. That comes from another stamp set I've been using like crazy, and that's the frosted gingerbread with a little bit of that black glitter ribbon, Sending You Peppermint Kisses. So that's the silver version with the black. I also did a silver version with the red and some of our red ribbons. It's hard to decide which one of the red or the black that I like better. And then I kind of made these are just your 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 cards. Good morning, Barbara. And they still fit in the envelope, just a little smaller scale. But I thought I would make it just a little bit bigger and add a couple of layers to it. So that's still the silver on Very Vanilla with the real red and a little piece of that red, the red foil. And then I thought it was really fun to do the white with white heat embossing on real red paper. And that's the star-crossed embossing folder underneath it, and the sentiment from the frosted gingerbread. So I made that one, and then I had some other smaller pieces, and so I made a 3 by 3. A couple of weeks ago I did a video on the 3 by 3, so then I cut it down to 2 3/4 and put it on, and then I put a little Ghirardelli mint inside, and then I will put an envelope with it and hand it to somebody this season, like maybe a waitress or someone at the drive-thru. Anyway, lots of different things you can do with that. So today, I just thought I would show you how this card came together. I've got some little white pieces for the sentiment, and I've got some different grid paper. This came from my Onstage packet, really pretty paper. Broke that out to use it. So that piece for the sentiment measures 3 1/4 by 1. And then I have a piece of just red cardstock that we're going to emboss on, and that measures 4.5 by 3.5. And I've already embossed a 5.25 by 4 piece of white cardstock with that star-crossed embossing folder. It's kind of deceiving, but you get the stars on one side and then these little squares or crosses on the other side. So it's kind of cool, and it just gives your card just a different look. It's kind of interesting. So I've pre-done that for you. And then I have a piece of Whisper White or Basic White 5.25 by 4 for the inside, and then our Real Red card base. And let's do a little embossing, and later when I get the heat gun going, you'll just have to forgive me. It's noisy. There's no other way around that. So you can pause or plug your ears or whatever. All right, so I'm going to use the Stamparatus. I've been using that a lot with this big background stamp so that I can get some good coverage. And what I like to do underneath that one side of the Stamparatus is put a good morning, Margaret. Thanks for popping in from Rhode Island. I like to put a stamp case underneath so that when I start to put the ink on it, I can get some good coverage. And my other tip about like for the background stamps is I have some sticky notes stuck down with my magnets, and the sticky is on this side, so I'll just be able to place my cardstock here and it will stay. Good morning, Chris. It will stay in one place, so if I need to re-ink it, I don't have to worry about it moving. So then when you do heat embossing, and if you haven't done it before, you use the Versamark ink. It's a watermark ink pad, and I'm just going to and it's one of those things, it's kind of, you won't be able to see it very well, but it does provide a little bit of a sticky substance, so the embossing powder will be able to stick to that as we heat it. All right, so then I'll stamp by my little red piece here, just giving some good even pressure all over that. So the one thing I did forget to do is okay, you can tell I didn't get it all here, so the good news is that I know I can close it and make sure that I get the good coverage there. All right. Oh, we're still missing a little spot. Maybe I just didn't get enough ink, but it will still work. So I'm going to just peel that off, and I'm going to use a paper plate. Let me move this out of the way, because when I emboss, I have heat. I have embossing powder absolutely everywhere. It's just kind of how things go. So that's how the embossing powder comes. It comes in 3, so this would be, you get white, clear, and black with this set. And then I'm just going to sprinkle my white embossing powder, and yeah, I know I put a lot on. And then just make sure that I shake and get covered all over. And I had just a little spot that I didn't get, a whole lot. So now I'm going to use, I have this little fun, good morning, Nikki. Hello, Kathy from Ohio. And I'm going to use my little Pampered Chef tweezers, and then I'm just going to heat it. Oh, be sure to move that out of the way so that you don't spray like embossing powder all over the place. That is something I would do. All right, so hang tight. It's going to be noisy. I won't talk, but it'll be fun to watch. If you've never heat embossed before, you can watch the color just transform in front of your eye. So you can tell the difference. This where I've heated, it looks really shiny and pretty, and then over here where I haven't, and as the heat gun gets a little more use, good morning Kathy, it will heat up way faster. So that's how that heat embossing works. And then I took that that red piece and I ran it through the Big Shot with one of the die cuts from the Stitched So Sweetly dies. I kind of go in spurts, and this is the one that I've been using. We do need to do a little stamping before we can put our card completely together with all of the parts. We need our sentiment, basically, the happy holidays. From the frosted gingerbread set. I've been using that in some different ways too. I've been doing a lot of heat embossing with that too. All right, so we've got real red ink, and I have my Pierce mat because I have the photopolymer stamp. I know I love this background, and I've been trying to find really creative ways to use it. Because it is such a big image. So sometimes breaking that big image down into smaller pieces really does help, and it just gives you a focal point. All right, so that's ready to go. And then I'm going to do, also from the frosted gingerbread, this is a little piece from that I'll do the inside of the card. So there's a little focal point, and when I get my envelope out, I can also stamp the envelope with that as well. Okay, so that we have all of our pieces, and we can put the card together. I have my real red card base, my 5 1/4 by 4 embossed piece from the star-crossed embossing folder. Here it is. I accidentally moved it. That's not a good thing. Good morning, Veronica. Thanks for popping in. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus just to put a bunch of adhesive on. And I get that put on the front of our card. And I don't really have a particular if I should go this way or this way, but this is really a neat embossing folder. I haven't seen it used a whole bunch, so that just kind of center that in there. And then I have my embossed piece. Have you guys heat embossed? I'm guessing that a lot of you have. It's one of the most fun techniques, and if you haven't tried it, give it a whirl. Hi, Chris. Thanks for popping in. This heat tool, a friend of mine gave it to me years ago as a present, and I just keep using it and Stampin' Up! Has a newer version, but I haven't gotten that out. So that just goes right in the middle, and then I'm going to put the sentiment on, our happy holidays, with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Couple there. And I'm not going to put that right in the middle, but I'm going to just put it right here on the edge. And then the other thing I've been using a lot of are these awesome red rhinestones. So I have my take your pick tool. Yes, Deb, Christmas is a great time for all the heat embossing. Just silver bells and gold bells and everything, just glitter and glitz. Yeah, Kathy, about the embossing folder, I suppose you could even, if you emboss both sides, you could even get your trimmer and slice that down the middle and use the different sides for different things. So that might be kind of fun. And then I will go ahead and put the inside in. And so if you do a bunch of those embossings, you can put some cards together really fast. So it's just really kind of my style, clean and simple, quick and easy. but still a little bit of fun involved. Alrighty, so there we have our quick heat embossing card for today. I also, if you missed the beginning, I did cut it a little bit smaller and made the little 3x3 and put some of the peppermint squares ready for little table treats or stocking stuffers. And I also have done the silver embossing with the black, red, and then a different layer. Still, I haven't gotten into the gold, but maybe that will be later today. Anyway, thanks so much everyone for popping in. You can find me at kimplayswithpaper.com on my blog. And oh, I should have a shout out to all of you. I just reached 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I am so excited about that. So if you haven't subscribed, please go do that, because I upload this YouTube live, or this Facebook Live video to YouTube, and if you happen to miss one, you can always catch it. So everyone, have a great day, a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Oh, happy Thanksgiving to those in the United States who celebrate Thanksgiving. Have an awesome week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.